was asked to explain what our vision was for the school, but I don't do well with vision talks. So I will bring that up in a few seconds here. But I just want to ask a couple of things. I want to keep my comments brief because I want to get into the building and look around. What is tonight about? Is it about money? Do you have money? We need money. So it's a little about money, but that isn't really what this is about. That isn't what tonight's about. But we could use money. So share generously. Is it about commitment? Of course, it's about commitment. You're here tonight. That's commitment. The teachers are here tonight. That's commitment. I didn't hear one complaint from the teachers about coming tonight. I didn't hear one complaint. And what I want to say is, that's commitment. Of course you didn't want to come tonight. Of course they had other things to do tonight. But we are committed as a community. There are times we need to come together. Everything good we have in this school, and we have some frustrations, I know, but everything good, and there is much, has come from your commitment and their commitment. It's a real joy to work with you. It's a real joy to work with them. Because from my perspective, you can see it. You can see it today. But that's not entirely what we're about tonight. What we're really, in my opinion, what we're about tonight is faith. It's simply a step of faith. We are asked to believe in our children, in our faculty, in each other, in our parish, in our God. From my perspective, and I've been in education for 32 years, from my perspective, we are at a crossroads. I have never been in this position before. I've been in a lot of messes. I've been in a lot of situations, public school and Catholic schools. I've never been in a situation like this before. I don't know if I should be afraid or excited. So I'm both. More excited than afraid. But we are at a crossroads, and I guess I'd like to just take a moment to explain why I say that. Because we have one of two ways we can go now. We can't go back on the building. We can't say, we change our mind, we'd rather stay put. I will probably think that many times this summer during the move. But we can't go back on it now. We've made a commitment. We're going forward. And it's a good thing. A little nervous, good thing. But we're at a crossroads. Either the next 3 to 5 years are going to go extremely well, very, very well. Lots of exciting things ahead. Or we're heading for a disaster. This is the perspective from your principal. I don't know how many of you know this, I was on the school council back before I became a principal, and I was just Audrey's husband. I was on the school council, and we ran into a very serious situation in our finances that year. It was horrible. And some of you were around, have been around long enough too, to remember this. It was horrible. We had some financial questions and decisions to make. They weren't easy decisions to make, and the school was moving ahead, and we were going with 2 classrooms per grade, and then it got cut. It was a financial decision. And Mrs. Gentry ended up with something like 37 second graders that next year. And she's still here. Which we're thankful for. Which we're thankful for. But people quit enrolling in the school. They quit paying money and time and talent. Quit giving it their stewardship. They started blaming. It was a mess. It was a mess. And we were a divided parish. And many of us stuck it out. We just stuck it out. And we've come back. I really feel like the school has made some great strides. Great strides because of the commitment that people have made. But that was not an easy time. I will never forget that. I keep that in mind at all times when I try to make decisions about, and with Father and Andrew, of course, and with school council, as we look ahead. I will never forget that time. It was difficult, very difficult. So a lack of money, a lack of commitment, and truly a lack of faith led to some real problems. It could do the same. A lack of money, a lack of commitment, a lack of faith could do the same. Or you could tour this building tonight, look it over. It's not done. It's not done. But we're getting there, progressing really well. Look for ways to help. I guarantee you there's something you can do to help us. There are tons of things we're going to need this summer. Tons. And I will be asking for help, and then I'll be asking people to help me ask for help, and then we'll be calling for help, and they'll be asking for help again. Some of the help is financial. A lot of the help is labor. We will need a lot of help to make this work. But what you are building is something special. I mentioned that I've been in education 32 years. I've never been so excited in my life. I hope when you get to go through the tour, you'll get a glimpse. I can't tell you all the things we're planning because we don't have enough time tonight. But you will hear about it. I promise you will hear about it, and it's good. There are so many special things we have planned for these children. This could be one of the greatest moments ever in the history of the school. Where sadness was leaving the old site. There is no way of denying that. There is sadness. But there is something really special happening here. From my perspective, it is so clear. Your children will benefit greatly. Your parish will benefit greatly. And all it takes is money that you can give within your means that you can give. Commitment that you can make within your means that you can make. And faith. It's all within our means. We have something truly, truly special ahead here. I was asked to explain the vision of the school, and the vision is very simple. Through the teachings of the Catholic faith, we will assist you in leading your children to Christ. That's it. There's nothing else that we do more important than that. Assist you in leading your child to Christ. We don't need a new playground to do that. We don't need computers to do that. But they will assist us. They will make things much better. We no longer we'll have to tutor students out in the hallway or on the steps. We can stay out of the faculty restroom so we can use that for what it's used for. There are so many corners that we have had to use because of the lack of space. We have space in this building. A lot of it. A lot of it. It's good. That space is good. We have some potential for so many programs that we do not have now. And Derby Public School is working with us closer than they ever have. Everything is coming together better than I've ever seen it in my 11 years. I don't want us to miss this opportunity. It's not about me. It's not about me. It's about these students. You are the key element here. I don't want us to miss this opportunity. This is something special. So, you know what our vision is. You've known that all along. The purpose tonight is to get excited about this building. And it may not be exactly what you would have liked. It's not the greatest building ever built. It's probably the nicest facility I've ever worked in. And I've worked in new facilities in a public school. In fact, it's so nice that Derby school system invited me to come talk to them about some of the plans that we've made as they look for their future and meet some architects. And they liked our ideas. It's good. It's really good. There's something great. And all it takes is a little money, whatever commitment we can make, truly, honestly, in our heart, can make, and faith. We don't want to lose our faith. We don't want to become divided. So I thank you for your support. I'm very grateful that you're here tonight, and I will turn this over to Father. Thanks.
You know, I'm the one that called this meeting tonight, and I think both Richard and Andrea hit on the two, I think, very important points. One of my big concerns is, and if you want to blame anybody about script and the push on it, it's me. And it's because, I mean, when anybody offers me free money, I'm going to take it. I'll take as much as they want to offer me. In fact, one of my strengths is I just see everything out there and see hope for it and then say, why not? So I'm pushing that. But the bigger thing is because it takes us to our end. And we can never lose sight of what we're about. And while Richard lists the vision as bringing children to Christ, the parish vision is that we're spiritually healthy, engaged, committed faith community. And part of our mission is our children. But part of our mission is our faith education of all of us. And that key word, if you were at Mass last Sunday, is the word engagement. Because the more we're connected and have that sense of belonging and working, the more we're going to commit. And the outcomes are going to be the inviting of others to our school, to our parish, to Sunday church. There's going to be more of that sense of ownership, and it'll take care of itself. And Richard mentioned the past, and all I think about the past is what do you learn from it, and other than that, unless you want to just dream about it, it doesn't serve a purpose because you can't bring it back, the good or the bad. But the key is we celebrate the present moment, and kind of that's what we're going to be into. But we can never lose sight of the future. We have to stay always focused on the future. And as you often heard me quote, especially in the early days when I used to quote Admiral Stockdale's Paradox. You ever read the book Good to Great? You know, one of his points, he was the longest serving POW in Hanoi Hilton. And his point was, he says, you know, I never gave up that I'm going to get out of here. That I never lost sight of the stark reality, no matter how bitter it was, that that's also what I had to deal with. And so we can never lose sight of the reality of our current situation, and they've addressed it tonight. And it's in our power. It's in our hand. You know, we would have never started on an adventure if I didn't think we couldn't do it. Because I have an obligation to the bishop to give him my best input. And the bishop went on the line trusting on us. We could do it. And when I'm saying us, I'm not limiting it to you, but you guys have to set the standard. But I'm talking about the whole parish. We can do it. And I think there's great things that happen. I mean, I think we got the, next to my sister that I always talk about, I think Richard's the best principal in the country. And the interesting thing was, Richard, kind of like the way my sister became a principal, I mean, it's kind of freaky in a way. They invited her out because they wanted her to be on a search team to find a new principal for this school. Well, I asked Richard to be on a search team for the principal for this school back 11 years ago. And Richard said, you know, I'd like to apply for the job. I said, well, I didn't realize he was at Capen at the time. I didn't realize that. And so the rest is history. And our teachers, you know, the fact that kids that have been in the school here as students want to be teachers and they want to teach at St. Mary's. It says a lot for the parish. So there's a history here. And we are at a crossroads. I think we're at a crossroads that unless we let it go, there's only one place to go, and that's forward. So we all got to get on board. We got to work as a team. We got to keep what we're all about and not our own particular wants and things. We need to keep focused on what we're about and why we exist. So thank you for coming tonight, and especially you teachers. Appreciate it. I mean, they do a heck of a job. Richard would not have gotten that award if it wasn't for all of those people there and for your cooperation. So I would just give everybody our